Good evening, everyone. I'm Maria Quiroz, the Intern Manager for Small Business Development Department. I'd like to welcome you to the San Diego International Airport first virtual Meet the Primes event 2020. Most of you remember last year we were at Balboa Park and had over 60 exhibitors and nearly 500 attendees. This year is definitely different, but we still wanted to provide small businesses the opportunity to outreach and connect with primes. With that said, I want to welcome Turner Arrive Construction, our joint venture, who is our presenter for tonight's presentation. Welcome, Dan, and thank you for your participation. Please introduce yourself and your team.
Thank you, Maria, and thank you for putting on this this amazing presentation for the next 4 days. If everyone has the time to listen into all the presentations that you're going to hear over the next week, you're going to know everything that's going on in this town, that's for sure. It's great to see that there's a large group of folks here. I'm counting 66. That's fantastic. Feel very popular. And maybe that's because this is a 3-for-1 special. The Arrive joint venture or the San Diego Aviation Alliance is a grouping of Turner Construction, Flatiron Construction, another large local civil contractor, and our actually they are a company that is also owned by our parents. So we are affiliated. And then also Gensler and Associates, one of the largest designers in the country, the largest aviation designer in the country. Underneath Gensler, we have MKA Engineering, and we have Kleinfelder and Latitude 33 for civil engineering. So that's our team. And so that may be one reason we've got such a great turnout. It also may be that there's this small project that people probably want to learn more about. Well, if I can get the screen to go, hold on just a minute. There we go. The San Diego Terminal 1 replacement project. And we are very excited today to be able to come to you and tell you more about it and tell you what our plans are, what the airport's plans have been and continue to be. This is just an amazing project for the community. If you live here, you know that Terminal 1 has far exceeded its capacity. Its first year of operation in 1967, 53 years ago, it served 2.5 million passengers. Last year before COVID, it was serving 12 million passengers. And if you have ever been there on a Friday night when people are trying to get out of town, or on a Monday morning when they're trying to come back, a lot of times you can't even see what the floor looks like because there are so many people packed into very tight spaces. So this is a needed addition to the airport, and it's going to be very exciting. It's going to bring the entire airport now up to the same level of quality and service that Terminal 2 West currently has. So what are we building? This entire program started back over 6 years ago when the airport started planning for a new Terminal 1, and they formed a group called the Airport Development Program. And they spent a lot of time, they spent a lot of money really understanding what was needed in Terminal 1 and what was needed to take the airport down the road another 50 or so years at least. And so they put a lot of thought into this. The new Terminal 1 will have 30 gates. There will be a large parking structure to the south. There will be on airport access roadways, so they're taking all the traffic off of Harbor Drive. There will be an elevated departure roadway, just like Terminal 2 West. And the administration building will be moving over to the very far west side of the airport, so that there's room for the new terminal. And then there's quite a bit of land side and air side paving that goes with it. big project. So these are some renderings, and full disclosure, these are not our renderings. This is not our design. It's a beautiful design. I really kind of like the concept. I don't think I'd want to be inside that terminal in an earthquake. It looks like there's no shear walls, but it's these are renderings that the airport did for the California Coastal Commission to try and give them a feel for what might be. We have not designed the new terminal yet. That's our job over the next year and a half to come up with a magnificent design for the terminal, for the parking garage, and for the elevated departure roadway. What we do have is a great programming document that tells us everything that the airport wants and needs in the new facility and gives us a lot of guidelines and points us in the right direction. So it's going to really speed up the process. This is another view looking back towards the city, and this is the new transit center that may become at some point a part of the new airport. This is some space within this very small footprint of the airport, only 661 acres, that is dedicated for a new transit center coming from wherever Sandag designs their intermodal center, probably Spawar right now, the facility out on the freeway. So the official name of the program is Alternative 4, and that's because the airport looked at least 4 different alternatives for what the new terminal and what the new development should look like. Again, we talked about package 1, which is the terminal and roadways. That's the Arrive joint venture that's going to be doing that. The airside improvements are going to be funded by the FAA, which means they need to be design, bid, build, a conventional procurement process. And so that's under design right now by Jacobs. And as soon as it's designed, they'll put it out to bid for some significant airside paving work. That's all the pink that you see around the terminal. The administration building will eventually come down, and it's going to move over to that little yellow dot over on the left side of the screen. And that will be a new state-of-the-art administration building. It will have a lot of things that the current building does not have, including a very high-tech special systems and security systems program. And then finally, the parking structure, package 4, which we are also doing. It's the orange block down at the bottom. That's a 5,500 car parking garage that will excuse me, not a parking garage. I take that back. It is a parking plaza. And the difference being that a parking plaza is something more than just a garage you go park your car in. It will be similar in look and feel to the parking plaza at T2 West that was finished a few years back. And so it'll be a lovely place to come and park and then get to the airport. All right, so kind of talked about this already, but Terminal 1 and roadways is a significant project. We're starting with phase 1A, which will be the phase to the right, to the east. And you can see maybe just a little bit of a dividing line between phase 1A and phase 1B. Phase 1A will have 19 gates. And coincidentally, the existing Terminal 1 has 19 gates. So we butt right up, almost right up to the existing terminal, but we don't impact the existing airport operations of Terminal 1 while we build the new terminal. So that'll be challenging in itself. We're gonna take a lot of extra measures to make sure that the passenger experience and the traffic coming into the airport and leaving the airport has a good flow and a good feel, even while we're building this new terminal. But so we'll build out this new 19 gate terminal, part of Terminal 1, then move all the folks over into the next phase. And meanwhile, we're building the parking garage at the same time. Let me go back. And then we'll, once we've moved everyone into the new operating terminal, we'll tear down Terminal 1 and complete the job, add another 11 gates. So this is the airside paving again, the administration building and the parking garage. And the parking garage again gets at least a section of the parking garage will be finished along with phase 1A, so that when you come in, you'll be able to right outside the terminal, even for that first phase. So let's talk about time and money, starting with money. The terminal and roadways package is worth $2.2 billion. Now, these estimates that you see on the right, these include the airport's costs that are included with this to manage the program. And so if you look at package 1 and package 4, it exceeds, well, I guess that's what, about 2.5 billion. But our contract is worth $2.2 billion for the parking garage and the terminal roadways. And it's going to be money very well spent. Airside improvements, another 219 million. The administration building, another 103 million. So there is a tremendous amount of work going on. Right now, the airside improvements are in design. And as they are completed, as the design is completed, that will be put out to bid. The administration building is a conventional design build program. And right now it's in the middle of procurement. There are 3 contractors that I'm sure will be on this, on an event just like this, that will tell you about the pursuit of the administration building. Parking structure, we cannot self-perform the parking structure. So we'll be putting that out in a design build program underneath us. So we'll get the design started and then we'll turn it over to a contractor that will carry forward the design with the designer we've selected and maximize the efficiency of the design for the way that contractor wants to build. And so that's a major program that's also coming. All right, here's the schedule. We are right now in what's called the validation phase, and we're confirming all that work that the airport's done over the last 6 years. That's going to take us 8 months. That's going to take us out to next May. At the end of that time, we will go back to the board and tell them what we think needs to be built, what it's going to look like in general, and how much it's going to cost. All 3 important things for the board to understand before they can approve us to go forward. Then we'll move into the GMP phase where we move the design forward substantially and we start some enabling work. And then in the first quarter of 2022 is when we really get started on construction. And we take 3 years to build out the first phase of Terminal 1. So we finished the first quarter of 2025. While we're doing that, we'll be building all the entrance roadways into the new terminal, and that's some significant work that Flatiron will be doing. And we will also we'll be working on the parking garage, maybe building it all, maybe building it in sections. We're not sure yet. Those are the big decisions that we need to help the airport make over the next 7 or 8 months. All right, so then you can see some of the other great things that are happening there at the same time. The administration building will be underway, and they will finish that work just in time for us to knock down the existing administration building, which is in the way of planes for that first phase 1A of our terminal. So we've got to knock it down and finish the apron paving. And then the airside paving will be coordinated with the work we're doing. We're very interested in that gets procured because they are right around us. They surround us, as a matter of fact. And so we need to make sure that we coordinate closely with the airside paving group to make sure that we have access and that we can both be efficient in the way we work. So then after we finish phase 1A and move the airport into their new home, we'll go back out and we'll spend another 2 years doing phase 1B. And that's, again, another 11 gates. And by the time we're done, we'll have a very impressive terminal. It will be all the way along, don't get me wrong, but It will be over half a mile long. It will be the tallest building in the world if you could just stand it upright. So it's definitely going to be a magnificent addition to the San Diego airport and to the community. And when we're done in the first quarter of 2027, we will have a great new airport that will be good for another 50, 60, 70 years. If you want to learn more, I'm sure Maria can tell you more about this, or Christine, but the airport has a great website. A lot of you already know about it, but you can find out how to be determined that you can be a local contractor. We're looking for 80% of our contractors to be local, and that's certified local, as in certified by the airport. There are some things you need to do that, and you need to have an office in San Diego for at least 6 months and be pursuing work. We're also looking at least 25% SBE and disadvantaged, service disabled, veteran-owned business participation. So we're going to be focused on that. We're going to be asking a lot of our major contractors to participate in that effort to make sure that everyone in San Diego gets an opportunity to work here. And then, we'll have somewhere between, we hope to get up to 6% in veteran-owned businesses as well. So let me get rid of that box. At any rate, you can learn about all this kind of stuff at the airport at their website. So take a look. All right, so now it's the shameless plug part of the show. We just wanted to tell you a little bit why we love this airport. We've done a lot of great work in the airport. We have folks on our team that go back over 25 years of actually the design of the original T2 West. And then Turner got involved in San Diego Airport back in 2002 when we added all the baggage security measures after 9/11. And then later on, we were lucky enough to build out the green build, the addition to Terminal 2 West, and then renovate and remodel the entire Terminal 2 West in addition to. And it's still just a beautiful terminal. We're all very proud of it. It was the highlight of many of our careers, and only to be preceded by what we're about to do now. Great project. And then more recently, Dave Cattle, I know he's on the line, and you may want to ask him some questions in a minute, but the Turner team came back with Gensler and built the Federal Inspection Station, or the International Arrivals Facility, in record time. There was an incredibly short schedule on this project, and it was design build. So in 14 months, $155 million, not only built, but designed and built around existing facilities. An incredible feat, and also another award-winning project for the San Diego Airport. So with that, I think you've got a feel for the program a little bit. Again, we look forward to having an awful lot of you that are on the call get involved in this program. We need the entire community to be part of this. We've got a ways to go. We're in the beginning stages of our validation phase, where we confirm the programming that the airport's done. Then we're going to be continuing with the design. And so we're really looking at some of the initial procurement for some of our design build trades by third quarter of next year. But then beyond that, we'll be looking at major packages, procuring major packages at the end of next year and on into 2022. So I want you to stay in touch and want you to stay involved. We'll have a website update soon that you can go see. You don't have it quite yet, but we will have that coming very soon. And Bear and Steve are always there to take your questions. We want you to follow us, and we want to follow you and make sure that when the time is right, that you get a chance to participate in this program. There are other projects, and there are other there's other work besides the San Diego Airport. I just want to say real briefly some of the other work that Turner is working on right now that no doubt you ought to be interested in. And Tom Doss, are you on the phone by chance?
Yeah, I'm here, Dan.
Tom, I'm going to put you on the spot if you don't mind, and have you just talk a little bit about this other great work that these folks are no doubt very interested in.
Sure. Hi, everyone. My name is Tom Dawes. I'm a procurement manager for Turner here in San Diego, and I'll be working with the Turner Flatiron Gensler team on T1. But until then, until that procurement starts, here's what we've got going on right now. Many of you might be familiar with what was called the Manchester Pacific Gateway Project, downtown across the street from the Midway. A company named IQHQ purchased 5 of the remaining 7 blocks of land from Manchester. And if you've been down there recently, you can see the new Navy building is up and turned over, and the Navy has occupied it. And the 5 plots of land surrounding it have been purchased by IQHQ. And plots to the farthest north were retained by Manchester. So for now, Turner's been engaged with IQHQ and what they're calling the Research and Development District, or RAD. Life science buildings is what the parcel is going to be. And so for now, if you've been down there, you can see we've started moving dirt again. So at the moment, we've reassigned our existing trade partner contracts from Manchester over to the IQHQ, and we're moving dirt. And at the same time, the redesign is occurring. Gensler is doing the design, and we'll have something completed and ready to bid in the second quarter of 21. So obviously lots of work down there, looking to be over $1 billion, and same steps as far as working on Terminal 1 or this project is to get pre-qualified with Turner. Like Dan said, until the website's up and running, reach out to myself, Tom Dawes, or Vera or Steve Howell. There's also links on our website to get pre-qualified or even refresh your current pre-qual. Second thing we've got working on right now, it's called Block 3 Student Housing. It's in San Marcos. We're out to bid right now. We started yesterday. It's a 3-week process. So if you're interested, feel free to reach out. This is going to be, it's for a private developer named Seabreeze Properties, design builds. It is like I said, private. There's no federal or state funding or prevailing wages or PLA. So for you non-union folks, ideal for you. And construction starts about April 1 of 21. Again, Tom Dawes with Turner, and August Reese might be on the line. He's our pre-con manager for our special projects division. He could run through the balance of these projects.
Let's get everybody involved.
No August?
He's probably working on a bid for Tri-City.
It probably is. I could run through these. So big picture out of Turner, we have Turner Main and Turner SPD, or Special Projects Division. And SPD really they focus on TI, tenant improvements. And so our SPD group, they bid much more frequently than I and Turner Main does. So August is a good person to know, as well as me. And here's some things that the SPD group has going on. We've done a lot of work with the county, great client, Tri-City Psych Center. There's August Reese's contact info right there, his email address, about 13 million, and bids summer of next year. Swift Real Estate Partners, again, August is the lead, 62,000 square feet, no ROM there. I mean, there's no project that's too small for SPD. Like we all know, small projects are just as challenging as the large ones, and SPD will bid anything. Bids due 11/10, that's right around the corner. So reach out to August if you're interested there. And then Scripps Clinic, again, August is the contact, only 12,000 square feet, still chasing it. Bids due 11/11, right around the corner. And just want to know on pre-qualification, we really only pre-qualify folks if the awards are going to be 250K or more. So for many of these SPD projects, those awards are smaller than that. So don't worry about that. And then all the pre-qualifications cross my desk, and I'd say 99.8% I approve. I don't deny pre-quals really. I'll just maybe put restrictions on them based on your bonding ability or your past project size. But my role is really matchmaker. I want to pair the right trade partners with the right bid packages so that we don't overwhelm or overload anybody, but we reward work right in your sweet spot. And my job is also to spread the work around. So keep knocking on the door, keep bidding, keep doing your best, and we'll get you something eventually.
Thanks, Tom. That was great. Tom Doss is very good man to know within the local Turner office. And I think you saw an example. He's going to help you navigate the program. And he's always looking for qualified subcontractors that are going to be able to help us be successful. So thank you very much, Tom.
Sure. If anyone wants to put any questions in the chat, I'll keep an eye on that for a little bit.
Okay, great. Yeah, I think you've got a couple of more minutes before you got to run. That's wonderful. Well, that's it. I think with that, our presentation is over. Christine, I think you had something that you wanted to add at the end. Let's see. All the different trades that are going to be part of everything that we're talking about, of course, it's pretty much the entire list. And so I'll leave that slide up for you or for the airport. Maria?
Yes. Yes. Thank you. Thank you for your participation at this presentation, Dan. And we want to remind everyone that our next presenter will be tomorrow, Hanson Fells, at 8:00 a.m. Also, I hope that by now you have all gotten an opportunity to watch the welcome message on the Meet the Primes event page on Eventbrite of Kim Becker, President and CEO of the San Diego County Regional Airport Authority, to learn about upcoming opportunities at the airport. She does talk a lot about this replacement of Terminal 1, so please watch it. If you haven't had a chance to do so, make time and watch it. There's a couple other things that I wanted to mention, like Dan did, is that they go out of their way to try to work with the small community. So please get involved. Make sure that if you have any questions and you can't reach them, reach out to us. Christine and I are the small business team liaisons, that we are here to help you. And we could go ahead and always make sure that you could connect with somebody from Turner that you need to speak to. Today is our first day of 5 exciting days with an abundance of valuable information to help your business grow. So please take advantage of it. We're here to help. So we will be emailing out a survey at the end of day 5. So please take the time to complete it. Your honest feedback is appreciated and it helps us improve in planning these events. A special thank you to Turner for your excellent presentation. And to
Maria, would it be okay to interrupt for a second? We have quite a few questions and not sure if we have time for the Q&A.
Yeah, we do. So sorry, Alma, I forgot about the Q&A.
All right. So Dan, we have just a few questions here for the Q&A. One of particular importance would be folks that are doing design or professional services, anything that's outside of the scope of specialty contracting. Would they need to pre-qualify with Turner or the team?
You know what, we've gone through that process for most of our consultants at this point, but there still are some opportunities that are going to be coming along, and there is a kind of a very simple pre-qual process. David Cattle, are you on the phone? Give him a minute. He's probably got his mute button on. So it sounds like he's not available right at the moment, but Dave Cattle is our pre-construction manager and is a little bit more involved. I was hoping that maybe he could give us an update on exactly how many consultants are still outstanding, but we've just gone through and selected, or are in the process right now of selecting our primary consultants, but there's always going to be specialty concerns and studies that need to be done. So we're never really completely done. So if anybody has anything that they think can add value to the program, you can send me an email. You can give Dave Cattle a call, and we'll be more than happy to talk to you and find out if you can help.
Excellent. We have some.
Sorry, Alma. I think he's, sorry, he should be connecting shortly. Dave should be.
Great.
All
I'm going
right.
to the next one. I hope it's a really hard one. Give me some-
We have quite a few questions about scope of work. We know that these are huge contracts that you have going on at the airport, and we thank you very much. I've actually enjoyed very much some of the great work that has happened at the airport, and so very much looking forward to that Terminal 1. And so being that these projects are going to be bid out, and we imagine there's going to be different bid packages, how can folks that do very particular type of work, like for example, signage or particular paving or striping, things like this, how can they get in touch with some of your prime subs that are going to be bidding your bid packages?
Oh, that's a great question, and very relevant. Well, let's take signage as an example. We are going to be having some very large packages, but one of the things that we need to do and we want to do is split the program up as much as we can so that it's more accessible, right? I mean, you may have a $250 million electrical package. Well, that's there may be just one or two companies that could even consider doing that are local. But if we split it up into some components or areas, and we're not settled quite yet on exactly where that split occurs, but we're focused on making sure it does happen. That's going to allow smaller companies, mid-sized companies, to be able to compete, and it also gives us flexibility, and it's good for the community. So it's just in general a strategy that we're going to try and employ wherever we can reasonably do so. As far as smaller companies, we will be hitting the entire county with notice of when significant bids are coming out. And if there's a signage piece of a much larger interiors package, we're going to be advertising that to the entire community. We'll be on, when we did the green build, we did the same thing. We hit all four corners of the county on green build road trips and spoke to the local subcontractor community so that they were very much aware. And last thing I have to say is that Vera and Steve are a great resource, and they are more than happy to work with anyone, especially small companies that need some help navigating the process. They will help you get to where you need to be.
Hi, everyone. Dan, can I chime in and introduce myself?
I wish you would.
Hi, Alma.
Hi there. I'm so glad you chimed in, because we always like when you introduce yourself as such a ray of sunshine for us. So I'm glad you were able to chime in. Yes, please introduce yourself to all of our attendees.
Well, I can't help but recall last year when we were at Balboa Park at Meet the Primes. And I think by the time Dan McGuckin and myself and Steve Howell, all the Arrive team left Balboa Park, we were so hoarse from just talking and talking and talking. And I will say that if everyone on this call can remember, Maria spoke about sand.org. And I remember with the last two projects, with the green build and also with the FIS, Steve Howell and I had posted a section about the projects and letting the public know what was going on with the projects. And I think down the road, we will have an Arrive website And when you start with SAN.org, you know, I need the Arrive website to keep myself up to speed. We will have a link on SAN.org about the Arrive project, which is SAN Terminal 1 replacement. So you will have, you know, access, of course, to myself and to Steve Howell. He is my husband, not my brother. And we work hand in hand with the public. We've been with Turner 23 years. We've worked with a lot of San Diego subcontractors. So as Dan mentioned, Maria mentioned, we're here to help. But as far as, you know, what can you do and what can you look at? The first thing Tom Doss said was get yourself pre-qualified. And then you can look on san.org in the future, and we'll have postings there. And then that will lead you to the Arrive website. Thanks so much, guys.
Great.
Excellent. Thank you very much. We have quite a few design folks and professional service providers on here that are very interested in obtaining information about these opportunities. So folks that pre-qualify, they may get notifications, I imagine. But how can folks get in touch with Turner? How can folks look up opportunities for Turner? For any upcoming opportunities. I know that Vera mentioned going to san.org as plans get approved. You'll probably be posting these opportunities or a link at least to the opportunities through the San Diego Airport site. But does Turner have their own bidding site as well?
We don't have our own bidding site. We will have a dedicated, we actually do have a dedicated site to just the San Diego Airport. And we also have we do have a local Turner website, but it's not so much a bidding site as just information about the company and that kind of thing. So the intention is that as we move forward, we will have accurate and updated information on the Arrive website that will help everybody understand when they need to really focus and get involved. So that's coming soon. It's I'd say we need probably another 2 or 3 weeks, and that will be up and running, and you'll be able to type in Arrive and hopefully find us very, very quickly.
Sounds good. So for all you design folks out there, a lot of folks are asking, how can we get involved on the design aspect? How can we get involved on inspections, professional services, this other professional scope of work? Definitely keep an eye out on the portal for San Diego Airport, and I'm sure the link will be updated there. Quick question also about staff augmentation. Is Turner interested in working with staff augmentation and professional support companies?
Yes, we are. Absolutely. We're looking for opportunities, especially with small companies and veteran-owned companies. Anyone that needs maybe a little help, a little boost to reach that next level in their company development. So we are looking for staff augmentation, and sometimes it's a very specific role that there's only a few individuals that can fill, and other times there's opportunities for us to bring in folks and actually help them grow to the next level. So there will be that effort as we move forward into construction. And again, those kinds of opportunities will get posted on the website as well if there's something that is appropriate.
Excellent. We have a contractor that's actually connected with Turner already. They've applied to pre-qualify with Turner, but they're not sure if they're pre-qualified just yet to be a sub. Is there a way that they can check with you to see if they're already pre-qualified with Turner?
You know what? They should get a hold of Tom Doss, or Vera and Steve could do the legwork, but they ought to get to know Tom as well. So just reach out to Tom Doss. You can see what he's all about today, and he'll be happy to confirm whether you're approved or not. Yeah.
Excellent. And Tom, I've seen that you've already posted your contact email on the chat. If you wouldn't mind to just post it again, sometimes it gets buried in a lot of the conversation that's going on there. But folks, if you have any questions about pre-qualification, whether you're already pre-qualified as a sub with Turner, it sounds like Tom is going to be your best contact. If you're not sure who your contact is, Vera is always a great contact, and she will point you in the right direction for who you need to talk to over at Turner. Dan, it looks like those are pretty much the majority of the questions that we're going to be able to answer today, given our time limitations. Thank you again for all of your insight and for being willing to take on these questions from the chat. We really appreciate you and your team working with us, and also from San Diego Unified. You know, we know that you're also shortlisted on our projects too. So it's not just limited to the airport. You're all over San Diego. So what you said was right. Getting connected with the primes here is going to connect folks with all of the projects throughout San Diego County. So great point that you've brought up. It looks like, again, those are all the questions that we're going to have for you right now. So I'm going to turn it back to Maria, and thanks, folks.
Thank you, Alma.
Thank
That was
you.
No
great.
problem.
Dan, I believe that David is logged in, so
Well, he's too late now.
I didn't know if you needed him or not. Okay.
No, I think that would be great for people to see David's face and just, you know, he's been such a fundamental part of everything we've done at San Diego Airport, and will continue to be. So show your face, David. I probably wouldn't see it,
David, no, I don't think we.
everybody. But at any rate, Mr. Kettle is in charge of our entire pre-con effort. So he's got a very big and busy job right at the moment. But he will be somebody that you would certainly be talking with if you are looking for opportunities at San Diego Airport with us. Well, this has been great, folks. It's really been a pleasure to be able to reach out, and we will be doing a lot more of these things on our own as we get closer to the construction phase. And also with, if there are some design opportunities, again, we have a lot of our key designers already in place, but as this continues, we'll certainly be reaching out to the community for more help. This is a big program and it's going to last a long time. So there will be more than one chance to get involved.
Hey, Dan, Dave was finally able to get in and I turned on his camera, so he's here.
All right, great. Speak
Dave,
up.
now if you'll just unmute yourself. There you go.
Hi, everybody. I can't see myself, but and I'm sorry I missed quite a bit due to some technical considerations, but I know Dan did a fine and very interesting job. Hopefully you learned a little bit, and hopefully we'll be able to help as we go down the road.
Perfect.
Thank you, David. Good to see you.
Yeah, good to hear you and see you.
Thank you so much, everyone.
Yes, so thank you. Like Dan said, everybody, it's practically almost 7 years that they're going to be working on this terminal. So please get involved. We want all the local businesses, small veterans to get involved. So join us as a team and hope to see you. Again, a special thank you to Turner and Arrive for the excellent presentation, and to the support team. Again, tomorrow, we'll be back tomorrow morning at 8 o'clock with Hems and Phelps. And we will see you then. Hope you could join us.
Have a great night, everybody.
Good luck, everyone.
So,
Thanks.
Bye.
Yeah, good luck, everybody.